Wow, hello YouTube. So welcome to Gel's World. So for those quick catch up, I've been hunting for my family and started craziness has happened. So my cousin did my uncle, and my cousin did it also, but my uncle did the ancestry DNA test, and I've been kind of working off of his results. He died a year ago, so working off of his results, and my cousin also took hers, and so I'm kind of working on her results also, which is really interesting. So, because something really kind of funky happened, and so yeah, so we're now on like week 2. My mom did her DNA test, and we just got notice from Ancestry DNA that they are processing her DNA. So we're super excited because it'll make what I'm doing a lot easier in the search wise, because I can just click versus having to search for the name and then go through the trees and manually look for everything. So can't wait for that. But what's happened is, so I'm going to show you my pad. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I've created 2 different DNA trees, because so in putting the names on and all the rocha hits I've gotten, 2 people keep on showing up. Let me see if I can go to that tree. I can switch in the middle. Okay, so anyways, 2 people keep on showing up, and view tree. So I created a tree based on that and kind of trying to keep track of what's going on. And those 2 people are Sabino Rocha, I'll show you right there, who's right here, and Luis Rocha. I don't know how they are related to my grandfather, but I know they are, because they show up on every hit as, and we're looking at like 3rd cousins for my uncle. But then my cousin sent me, I think she found something new on her Ancestry DNA, and it was like, came up with the name, I think for now, see, I've got a file going of, this one might be easier to show. So anyway, she printed it out, and it's this sheet of paper right here, and it shows like a different, things. Like this one is Gumanto Rocha, and it's a 2nd great grandfather. For those who do not know, I do not know anything on this family past my grandfather. So, like, to me, everything's just like, whoa, cool. So, so I've been working on this tree based on, like I said, the hits, and emailing people, looking through their trees, and, that are nice enough to let me look through their trees. And so I worked on that, and I'm super excited. Still had not found a Martin Rocha in there. And then I went and I found this one. Let me see if it's going to let me see this tree, view tree. So then I found that Gutamo Rocha off the stuff that my cousin sent me. And it says, like I said, 2nd grandfather, great grandfather. So then I worked on that family tree. This is the printed version here for you all to see. But those people on that first one, Sabino Rocha and Luis Rocha, they're not on this list, but their DNA hits. So, I don't know, but I'm working on it. So, like this, I have, and it starts with Gutamo, which says here, right there, 2nd great grandfather. And on the sheet of paper, I've identified everyone except for him and Luisa de la Cruz. Everyone else, I've figured out like where they fit in my family tree, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so and then I'm working on a pad versus a computer, so it's a little bit different. I like I may actually go and break down and buy a computer. But so yeah, I'm kind of working on this, and that's kind of where I've gotten. It's kind of a little bit of nowhere, but a little bit of everywhere. That's kind of the best way to explain it. And I'm pretty sure at some point, maybe when I get my results, both the DNA trees are going to merge, and that's going to be like so awesome. But yeah, so like this tree is Humanto Rocha, and the only Humanto I can find has 3 kids. Maria, or no, sorry, I took off the rest of the kids because I wanted to focus on this line. Sorry, y'all. Pedro Rocha, who was married twice, once to a Maria Vetelia and one to a Lopita. I don't have a last name. And I can't remember why I decided to focus on this instead of the other. Oh, because the other girl were girls. And so if it's Rocha, that meant the line went straight down to the male line. So that was my reasoning from that. And I'm thinking also that if my grandfather did run away from home when he was too young to join the military, and he might have lied about his age. Like I said, I have an aunt who said that she remembers my grandfather, her dad, telling her that he changed his name. So there's a Martino Rocha with a birthday that's 2 years younger. So 1915 versus 1913. But when I search, I don't know. I don't know if I'm onto something or if I'm not. If I should stick with the other one, which is the Sabino Rocha with the Luis Rocha, who did have a son named Pedro. I don't know. I'm so confused because they're both DNA matches. But I don't know. Help me, YouTube. Um, yeah, I'm really don't know, but I'm excited. And I get these little leaves right there. See that leaf? Under that one, Santiago. Super excited. And then, so that's kind of one side of the family. Other side is I knew my grandma was married once before my grandfather. And through stuff, different countries and stuff, she wasn't able to come with her kids. And so my mom has siblings she's never met. I lived with my grandparents, and so I met them when I was like 6. And I don't even think it was them. I think it was their children because they're so much older. And so that I'm hoping to get a couple hits on that secretly because I think that would be really cool too. Just kind of, yeah, it's all about family, and yeah, so it's kind of fun. I do see the bunches on the hits that I am getting are around Corpus Christi, Texas, and that area, which is cool because my grandfather used to talk about Corpus all the time, and so we know that he's from that area. Depending on who you talk to, depends on where he was born at. I've heard San Diego, Texas. I've heard Corpus Christi. I've heard Duval, Texas, but that's a county, so I mean it's kind of okay. I've heard or seen Conception, Texas. So yeah, I don't know. Literally, it's as I get going, I've discovered I really don't know anything, and super excited with the DNA. Like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's just confused me more. Because how can you get a hit from DNA? Or, yeah, through relations, they're like third cousins, not even first or second. Third cousins. And they all have the same 2 people in there. All of them. They all have these 2 people in there. Sabino and Luis. But yet, when you get a hit of, hey, this is your great-grandfather, those 2 people aren't in there. They're not. I haven't found it. So, yeah. Confused, kind of intrigued. just kind of weird how families work out. And I think that's the other thing is that I'm excited about learning is we all came from this one core person, and like just to see how it spreads out and you know clumps, which is kind of interesting. A lot of the ones, like I said, a lot of hits, 20, 30 of them are all still in the Corpus area. And then you turn around or in Austin, I found one in Austin. You turn around and like you look at my family now that came from, my grandma, we're all kind of in California and on the West Coast. There's a couple of us in Texas. Like there's one of us that's branched in Texas, and they all have stayed and lived and done their life in Texas. And then the rest of us are kind of West Coast. We got one in Vegas. Got one kind of in New Mexico. So yeah, and then everyone else is California. So that's kind of cool. A lot of my grandma's side is in Oklahoma, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Colorado, and then we have a few in San Diego. And it's just like, it's kind of cool. So anyways, that's kind of what I've been doing, and kind of nothing but yeah, everything. And I'm excited and intrigued and mystery. And, I'm working on this as I'm working. So I'm really glad that it's been slow at work because I've been able to play with this a little bit more. So anyways, you guys have an amazing day, and I will chat at you guys later and keep you updated. Bye.